Hello everyone, it's Nikki here again. So today I am back with a video for the Starseed suit in Shining Nikki. I am so sorry for the long wait. I finally finished my first semester of grad school, so now I have a 3-week break. I'll try my best to come out with more videos during this time. So, the Starseed suit. This is actually one of my favorite Lifetime suits so far. If you guys know of or play Love Nikki, this is also one of the first Lifetime suits on there. But to be very honest, I actually didn't like it that much in Love Nikki. I did finish crafting it because it was a Lifetime suit, but I didn't like it. So it's probably because it was one of the earlier designs, so it just didn't look that great there. But the redesign looks so good. In addition to the redesign, the story behind it made me fall in love with it even more. Anyways, today's format will be the suit display and then the lore. So let's go ahead and take a look at the suit. This is how it looks like. The suit does come with makeup, and my favorite part is definitely the contacts. Not sure if you can see it that well on here, but inside her eyes there's a star shape. And I think it's supposed to be her pupils, but rather than it being her pupils, I kind of wish it was more like off-center and smaller instead. Either way, it's a really pretty color, and I use these contacts pretty often. And the one thing I did wish was different were the accessories that came with this dress. So I do think that they look better than they did in Love Nikki, but I don't know, I am not a huge fan of them on Love Nikki or Shining Nikki. I feel like they're slightly too plain for this suit, but it doesn't make the suit look bad or anything. And it's not that the accessories are ugly, it's just, I don't know, something feels, kind of wish it was a bit different. And my absolute favorite part of this entire dress is the shooting stars that are happening on the underside of her dress. That part is so cool to me, and it reminds me of a planetarium. So on the bottom half of the dress, there are stars placed throughout the dress, and we'll learn what they represent in the lore section later. So now let's move on to the recolor. I love this recolor so much. The hair looks so good with this soft pink color. I personally think this color suits the design of this dress a lot more. The stars blend in really well with the star and doesn't look as obtrusive as they did in the original. I'm not sure if it's just me, but even the shoes look a lot more expensive in this color. One thing I do like from the original more is the shooting star effect though. So because this color is lighter, we can't really see it as well on here, and it doesn't have much of a night sky feeling to it. Either way, I think the team did an amazing job with rebranding this dress and super worth crafting it. Next is the suit with the other two skin tones that we have. So now we are done with the display, let's go ahead and go to the Starseed lore. I believe the first part we can read is the Overture Reenactment section. So all time and space corridor stories are set up as theaters. In this section, we find out the Loden Theater will be having a play tonight, and it turns out there will also be a lunar eclipse tonight, which we will be able to see together with the play. The next part is the Star Sea of Memories. In the first star, all of us headed to the play, and when the eclipse occurred, everything became quiet and the entire sky lit up with stars, signaling to us that we were no longer in Loden City, but the Sea of Memories. When we looked around, Nikki and Momo were nowhere in sight, but a girl resembling Nikki appeared. She was wearing the same clothes as Nikki when we first met her at the Gate of Heart. The Nikki in front of us told us that Maryland is destined to be destroyed, and only we can help Nikki prevent this, and the answer we're looking for lies within the path of star. Each star on the screen stores a piece of Nikki's memories and will show us what happened before year 0. The next star starts off with Leonid and Nikki on the stargazing tower. A destroyed Maryland was seen in the distance, and it seems like Nikki has just came back from trying to save Maryland because she was all bruised and battered. Leonid asked Nikki, "You still haven't given up yet?" and told her as he has seen endless paths, but the destruction is the only possibility Maryland has, and everything has already been set in stone. He also proceeds to warn her she would have to endure thousands of failures to chase after a possibility that is tiny as a speck of dust. Despite all of that, Nikki says she wanted to try and thinks as long as there is a chance, there is hope. As Nikki sets off to another attempt, she heard Leonid seemingly talking to himself or someone and said the opening of the gate of heart might be a sign of fate changing. The third star is from Nikki's point of view. This was the beginning of her journey, and both her and Momo have arrived at the Ark, but Momo has been unconscious or has fallen into deep sleep due to the impact of the Sea of Memories, so she has been traveling by herself. Nikki leaves Momo in Anne's care and sets out to change Marilyn's fate. Star number 4. So Nikki's first attempt fails. Marilyn continues to meet its destruction every path Nikki has chosen. She promises herself that she will bring back everyone and let Momo wake up to a bright and new Marilyn. The 5th star is like Nikki's diary. She has lost track of time and has traveled through countless star paths already, but each time she was unable to save Marilyn. Today she returned to the Ark again, and Anne told her he has found a way to possibly wake Momo up. However, Nikki couldn't feel happy about that because she doesn't want Momo to go through the dangerous and sorrowful experiences that she has went through so far. Nikki has thought about giving up, but every time she does, a voice in her head tells her to try one more time. Star number 6, Nikki continues to fail every time. Each time, Marilyn is destroyed in a different year. Eventually, after the 160th try, she has lost track of how many times she has tried. Although Nikki is starting to doubt herself, when Anne asks if she wants to continue to keep on going, she says she will. Although this time she's no longer confident in saying I will succeed this time. Star number 7. Nikki lost her diary and no longer knew how many times she has failed. She went back to the Ark and collapsed. This part was actually super sad to read because she said she couldn't feel pain or sorrow anymore. She just simply felt tired. I mean, it makes sense. After seeing something you love get destroyed thousands of times, you'll eventually grow numb. When Nikki woke up, she found herself upon her own sea of memories. There were memories of hope, happiness, and despair. These memories lit up the sky like shooting stars, and the sky is finally bright again. She thought perhaps the unforeseeable factor that Leonard mentioned is actually not a path she could search for, but it is actually the accumulation of all her efforts and failures. The power of memories. Leonid appeared again and asked Nikki the same question after Marilyn was destroyed for the first time. Nikki answered, I wanted to keep trying. This time, the sea of stars continued to grow even brighter, and perhaps the factor that can save Marilyn has appeared. So those were all the Starsea memories. The next part is the dream stages, but not much happens here. Nikki wakes up and she somehow ended up performing on stage. I won't go into too much detail for this one, you guys can read it when it comes to the global, but to make it short, she wakes up again in the audience and she thought it was just all a dream. The very last part is the conclusion to everything, and it goes back to our point of view. So we are with the Nikki from the Overture Reenactment section. This Nikki contains all memories of our Nikki before she met us. She explains to us that she had been searching for the factor that Leonid has mentioned. The power of the Starsea has brought us to her side. Nikki then brings us to the theater where Nikki first saw Starsea back in year 680. So from Love Nikki, but this was after Marilyn's destruction. There was nothing but crumbling ruins left, and this is where Starsea first made its debut. This Nikki brought us here to tell us that something has changed in the past and the Starsea is growing even brighter. Essentially, we're the factor that can help Nikki save Maryland with her money. So lastly, we wake up again in the audience and we talk with Nikki and Momo for a bit, and then the other Nikki wearing the Starsea stood at the highest point of Loden City to watch everything, and it ends with the following statement: I want to stand at the top of the city when the stars fill the sky and take another look at Maryland. I want to always remember its beautiful experience, Nikki. And that's everything, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm not really good at summarizing things, but hopefully it's interesting enough, and I hope you guys can all read it for yourself on the global server soon. Also, thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel so far, and also a big thanks to everyone that always leaves comments on my videos. Those comments really motivate me to make more videos, and I just recently hit 800 subs, so thank you so much for that. Anyways, take care and bye.